Why do we gossip? Why is it when Lindsay Lohan is back in rehab that everyone's talking about it? Why is it that when your neighbor has an affair that we have to spread it with everyone that we know? Why is it that when a company goes down that we've got to talk about how they deserve what they got? Why is it? Why do we need to gossip? Hi, I'm David Essel. There's many reasons why people gossip in life, but I'll tell you this, is that one of the reasons that I did this segment right now is because of what we know as karma. When we talk about someone, when we think about someone in a derogatory way, it's coming back to us, because the definition of karma is that every thought, every word, and every action goes out into the universe and returns in kind. So if we're talking poorly about Lindsay Lohan or Tim Tebow or anyone else in this world, or your next door neighbor, or it could be your partner even, it's going to come back to us and we're going to receive the same thing in kind at some point in the future. So the number one thing that we need to do is get rid of gossip, and I want to go into more reasons of why we do it. The biggest reasons why we gossip is because we have low self-esteem. I'm going to repeat that. The biggest reason that you or I would gossip about anyone, a celebrity, a lover, a next door neighbor, a coworker, is because we have very low self-esteem. You see, when we have very low self-esteem, we feel that one of the quickest ways that we can boost our self-esteem, and it's an illusion, but one of the quickest ways we think we can boost it is by putting someone else down. So when we judge other people and talk about them and say how my former partner is such an idiot because he hasn't kept up with child support, or he hasn't kept up with alimony, or whatever it might be, and we're letting all of our friends know this, it gives us this illusion that we're on top of the world because we're putting someone else down. Actuality, the opposite happens. People that gossip on a regular basis feel pretty crappy about themselves, and that doesn't change until they stop gossiping. The number one reason why you would want to stop gossiping and bring someone into your life and say, hey, listen, if I bring up anything about my former partner, about Lindsay Lohan or another celebrity, about Tom Cruise, about whoever it might be, would you just use the word black? Anytime I start to gossip, just say the word black. I want to stop this because I know that what I'm saying out into the world is going to come back and it's going to burn me in the end. The concept of gossip has been around since the beginning of time, but just because it has doesn't mean it's correct. The fact that we want to talk about a neighbor or someone who's going down a religious path that we don't believe in is the absolute opposite of what we want to be doing on a religious or spiritual path, right? And yet we all fall victim to it. So just remember this. The next time you're talking or I'm talking about someone in an incorrect way, an unkind way, even if it's factual, the only reason we're doing it is because we have very low self-esteem. And maybe by thinking about that, we'll stop the action, the words, and the behaviors before they even begin. And if we can do that, we'll clean our karmic slate, we'll move forward with less stress, and feel better about ourselves in the end. If I can help you in any way with your personal growth, contact me at talkdavid.com. I'd love to. Have an awesome day.